Two states, born from the same soil, divided by a simple line. But this border isn't ordinary. It's a fault line of geology, climate, and history. A place where the ground can vanish in seconds, swallowing entire forests. A coastline so deadly they call it the graveyard of the Atlantic, with thousands of shipwrecks buried below. A battlefield where one wrong flag signal triggered the bloodiest day in American history. This is the story of the Carolinas. And you've only seen the surface. So get ready, because we're about to hit you with 30 wild facts about North Carolina versus South Carolina. Fact 30. The border that moved a mountain. The Carolinas border was almost a disaster. In the 1700s, surveyors misread a creek flowing the wrong way and drew the line 12 miles too far south. That mistake nearly handed South Carolina Mount Mitchell, the highest peak east of the Mississippi. Imagine losing your state's crown jewel because someone followed the wrong stream. The line wasn't fixed until 1813, and the fight over that rugged land simmered for a century. Fact 29. A coastline of shipwrecks. North Carolina's outer banks look peaceful, but they're a 200-mile trap. Warm Gulf Stream meets cold Labrador Current, whipping the sea into fog, chaos, and hidden claws of shifting sandbars. This deadly mix earned it the name Graveyard of the Atlantic. More than 5,000 ships, from Spanish galleons to WW2 U-boats, lie shattered beneath the waves. Fact 28. The swamp that hid a nation. South Carolina's Congaree Swamp isn't just a forest. It's a flooded, ancient maze. Cypress knees rise from black water like bones reaching out of the earth. During the Revolution, the swamp fox Francis Marion used this place as his fortress. He struck the British, then slipped back into the mist, vanishing like a ghost. Here, the geography was the weapon. Fact 27. The earthquake that made a lake. In 1886, a magnitude 7 quake rocked Charleston, the strongest in the Southeast's history. It fractured rock for miles, shaking the land from Florida to New York. Those shattered valleys would later fill with water when dams were built, creating Lake Jocassee. Its crystal-clear depths still hide drowned forests and waterfalls plunging straight into the lake. Fact 26. The desert in the east. Yes, the Carolinas have a desert. North Carolina's sandhills are a 1,600-acre stretch of deep, ancient ocean sand lifted high above sea level. Cacti, wiregrass, and scorching dry soil make it feel more like Arizona than the East Coast. A vanished shoreline frozen in time. Fact 25. The ghost fleet of the Pamlico. Under the calm water of North Carolina's Pamlico River rests a forgotten fleet. Dozens of steamers, schooners, and barges were abandoned and sunk here. Now their hollow ribs form an underwater graveyard and a thriving ecosystem, a silent wooden city beneath the surface. Fact 24. The Monodoc Monarch. Pilot Mountain rises straight out of the Piedmont like a stone tower. A lone survivor, while softer land eroded away around it for 500 million years. Its quartzite big pinnacle once guided Native Americans and settlers like a natural lighthouse, a solitary giant defying time itself. Fact 23. The Vanishing River. South Carolina's Rocky River performs a vanishing act. It hits a limestone crack and disappears underground. For a mile, the riverbed is bone dry. Then the water bursts back to life downstream, roaring out of a cave. A natural magic trick powered by a secret karst system. Fact 22. Two different oceans. Both states touch the sea, but different seas touch them back. North Carolina faces the raw, open Atlantic, birthplace of countless storms. South Carolina curves into the Carolina Bight, a massive bay that amplifies tides and reshapes the coast daily. Two coastlines, two completely different worlds. Fact 21. The Moonshine Axis. The Appalachian backcountry brewed more than legends. It brewed rebellion. Steep, forested terrain hid moonshiners from federal agents. Pure, iron-free mountain springs made the whiskey legendary. This underground industry eventually evolved into something bigger: NASCAR. Fact 20. The Hurricane Highway. North Carolina's outer banks jut into the ocean like a target, catching storms head-on. They act as a shield for states to the north. But South Carolina's curved coastline works differently. It traps storm surge and forces it inland. Here, geography decides the damage. Fact 19. The land of the waterfalls, western North Carolina, isn't just hilly, it's a vertical world. The Blue Ridge Escarpment, one of the steepest elevation drops in the eastern U.S., creates a perfect factory for waterfalls. As rivers and streams plunge off this ancient rock wall, they create thousands of cascades. Transylvania County, North Carolina, alone boasts over 250 waterfalls, earning it the nickname Land of the Waterfalls. It's a concentration of raw hydrological power unmatched anywhere else in the region. Fact 18. The earthquake swarms. While California gets the fame, the Palmetto State has the shakes. The Middleton Place Somerville seismic zone near Charleston is the most active seismic area in the eastern U.S. But these aren't isolated events. They come in swarms. Dozens of tiny tremors can occur in a single week, a constant, subtle reminder of a massive, hidden fault system. The 1886 quake proved its potential for cataclysm. The geography here is not stable. It's a pressure cooker waiting for its lid to blow. Fact 17. The moving cape. Look at a map of the Outer Banks. See that hook at the end? That's Cape Hatteras, but it's not in a fixed location. The entire cape is a massive, migrating sandbar, moving southward at an average rate of 50 feet per year. The famous Cape Hatteras lighthouse had to be moved inland in 1999 to save it from the encroaching sea. The very land here is transient, a temporary collection of grains in a constant, slow-motion dance with the ocean. Fact 16. The radioactive sands. On the beaches of South Carolina, you can find grains of sand that are radioactive. Monazite, a rare earth phosphate mineral, contains thorium and uranium. It washes up from offshore deposits, giving some South Carolina beaches a slightly higher background radiation count. Don't worry, it's not dangerous. But it is a shocking reminder that the very ground beneath our feet is a relic of ancient elemental forces, with minerals formed in supernova now sprinkled on a tourist beach. Fact 15. The Lost Province. Tucked deep in the Appalachian Mountains of North Carolina is a place so isolated it was known as the Lost Province. The area around Grandfather Mountain was so cut off by its rugged terrain that for generations its people developed a culture and dialect largely untouched by the outside world. Their Elizabethan-era English and unique folkways persisted into the 20th century, preserved not by choice, but by the sheer formidable power of the mountains that surrounded them. Fact 14. The salt marsh superpower. South Carolina's coast isn't just about sandy beaches. It's dominated by a vast, pulsating green carpet, the salt marsh. This is one of the most productive ecosystems on Earth, more productive than a rainforest. The pluff mud, with its iconic rotten egg smell, is a nutrient-rich factory, breeding immense amounts of life that support the entire coastal food web. This mucky, seemingly desolate landscape is the true economic and ecological engine of the South Carolina coast. Fact 13. The Gold Rush. Before California, did you know the first gold rush in American history happened in North Carolina? It started in 1799, when a 17-pound gold nugget was found at the Reed Farm. The Carolina Slate Belt, a specific geological formation, was riddled with gold veins. For decades, North Carolina was the leading gold producer in the U.S. This boom built a state and drew thousands of prospectors, all chasing wealth from the ancient volcanic rock beneath the Piedmont. Fact 12. The Devil's Tramping Ground. In the pine forests of central North Carolina, there is a perfect 40-foot circle where nothing grows. For centuries, no plant, no weed, no tree has taken root in this barren patch. Local legend says it's where the devil treads each night, pacing in a circle and burning the earth with his steps. Scientists have tried to explain it with soil chemistry or grazing animals, but no theory has ever fully stuck. It remains a geographic and supernatural mystery. Fact 11. The acidic Blackwater Rivers. Journey into South Carolina's low country and you'll see rivers the color of strong tea. These are Blackwater rivers. They originate in swampy, peat-filled wetlands. As the water slowly filters through layers of decaying vegetation, it picks up tannins, the same organic compounds found in tea. This makes the water acidic and dark. These rivers are slow, mysterious, and vital, creating a unique and fragile aquatic world found nowhere else in the Carolinas.
Fact 10. The avalanche zone. You think avalanches only happen in the Rockies? Think again. The high peaks of the North Carolina Appalachians, like Grandfather Mountain, are prone to deadly ice avalanches. In the harsh winters, thick layers of rime ice build up on the cliffs. When the sun hits or the temperature rises, these massive sheets can crack and slide, thundering down the slopes with enough force to tear trees out of the ground. It's a frozen hazard in the heart of the American South.
Fact 9. The sinking city, Charleston, South Carolina, is beautiful, historic, and sinking. The city is experiencing subsidence. The land is slowly settling and compacting. Combined with global sea level rise, this makes Charleston one of the American cities most vulnerable to flooding. The geography is turning against it. Today, sunny day flooding is common, where high tides alone can spill seawater into the streets, a constant battle against the very ocean that once made it a wealthy port. Fact 8. The bioluminescent bay in the Pocasins. In the Pocasins and brackish creeks of North Carolina's Inner Banks, a magical event occurs on summer nights. The water glows with an ethereal blue light. This is bioluminescence, caused by trillions of microscopic dinoflagellates. When the water is disturbed by a fish, a paddle, or even a finger, they emit a flash of cold light. It's a starscape mirrored in the water, a breathtaking natural phenomenon that transforms a murky creek into a celestial river. Fact 7. The Great Dismal Swamp. Straddling the NC-VA border, the Great Dismal Swamp is a name that says it all. A vast, forbidding wetland of peat and murky water, it was for centuries a place of mystery and refuge. It became a sanctuary for maroon communities, escaped enslaved people who established hidden, self-sufficient societies deep within its impenetrable, mosquito-ridden heart. The harsh geography provided a shield for a desperate fight for freedom. Fact 6. The Petrified Forest, on a beach. On the coast of South Carolina, near Myrtle Beach, you won't find just seashells. You'll find stone trees. This is the Vereen Memorial Gardens, home to a collection of petrified cypress stumps. These 50-million-year-old relics are the remains of an ancient forest, its organic material slowly replaced by silica, turning it to solid stone. It's a shoreline where two epochs collide, where you can literally touch a forest that last lived when dinosaurs roamed. Fact 5. The coldest temperature east of the Mississippi. Mount Mitchell isn't just the highest peak, it's also the coldest. It holds the record for the coldest temperature ever recorded east of the Mississippi, a bone-shattering 34 degrees. Its elevation creates its own brutal microclimate, with hurricane-force winds and rime ice that can coat the trees in foot-thick layers of frozen fog. While the beaches bask in warmth, this mountain peak endures an Arctic hellscape just a few hundred miles away. Fact 4. The Carolina Bays. Scattered across the coastal plains of both Carolinas are hundreds of thousands of mysterious, elliptical depressions called Carolina Bays. They are all perfectly aligned in a northwest-southeast direction. Their origin is one of America's greatest geographical mysteries. Were they formed by a meteor shower? By ancient whirling currents from a glacier? No one knows for sure. These enigmatic, water-filled craters are scars on the landscape from a cataclysmic event we can only guess at. Fact 3. The River of Names. The river that forms a significant part of the border between the two states has two names. In North Carolina, it's the Catawba River. But the moment it crosses into South Carolina, its name changes to the Wateree River. This isn't just bureaucratic nonsense. It reflects the deep history of the different Native American nations that lived along its banks. The Catawba in the north, the Wateree in the south. The geography is literally named by its original people. Fact 2. The Underwater Forest. 60 feet beneath the waves off the coast of Alabama lies a cypress forest from North Carolina. How? During the last ice age, when sea levels were lower, this was dry land, part of a river valley that stretched from the Carolinas. When the glaciers melted, the ocean rose and swallowed it whole. The stumps of this ancient forest, preserved for 50,000 years, were uncovered by Hurricane Ivan in 2004. It's a sunken ghost of a Carolina that no longer exists. Fact 1. The dividing line is a river but not a barrier. For over 200 miles, the border is the mighty Savannah River. But here's the twist that changes everything. This river isn't a clean, natural divider. It's a complex network of swamps, channels, and islands. For generations, this created a no-man's land, a place for outlaws, bootleggers, and hermits to vanish. The geography didn't create a clear line. It created a blurred, lawless zone. The river, meant to separate, actually fostered a unique, shadowy culture that belonged to neither state, proving that nature rarely respects the lines we draw on a map. From the highest peaks to the deepest shipwrecks, from vanishing rivers to radioactive sands, the Carolinas are more than just neighbors. They are a testament to the raw, untamed, and unbelievable power of geography. Two states shaped by forces beyond our comprehension, forever linked by a border that is as much a state of mind as it is a line on the earth.